Maybe it'll cover up my tit stain.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, welcome back to Open Water.
Open water.
Where everything is open.
And watery.
It's wet over here, bitches.
Yes, I can only speak for myself, though.
Oh, I mean, I feel like I hear stories about both of y'all's sex lives. Pretty sure y'all are wet and gushy.
But I can only speak for myself, being wet and gushy with this wop. Macaroni in a pot.
How's everyone's week's been?
It's been good.
Good.
I had my dentist appointment the other day.
Look at everyone having dentist appointments.
Well, that was well, I'm on like a 3-month schedule.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for my maintenance of my periodontal disease or whatever the fuck that's called. But I mean, it's cool.
I love when Nessie says it.
My periodontal.
Because you make it sound so country. Like, it comes out country for you.
I don't even know how to say it.
I don't know. But, like, just the way you're saying it, because it has a country, like, swing to it.
Is it?
I wouldn't know.
I don't know.
I think you're saying it correctly, though.
Anyways, but yeah. And they keep asking me, like, you want braces? I'm like, yeah, I want braces, but I ain't got no money. Like, the fuck? My insurance not going to pay for it because I'm 30.
They still should pay for some of it.
No, my insurance does not. The insurance that I have does not pay for braces over the age of 19, I think.
Oh my gosh.
You should buy some other insurance, but it'd probably be more than what they would cover for the year.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what I had.
My insurance right now is literally through Jessica because she is my wife, and I don't work enough hours to
get that
health
what you had before.
Yeah.
I never opted for the one from work. I paid my own for a little while. That shit was fucking expensive.
Well, it was just easier to get the one from work, even though it was low key trash. Like, it was just easier to have it.
Most restaurant, health insurance is trash.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I don't know. This is the first time that I've ever gotten health insurance through a job, and the other time before that, I had it through school. That was pretty good, though.
I've struggled with health insurance since I got kicked off my stepdad's when I was 26. Like, I paid for mine for a little bit, and then nope. But I do have, was it Medicare now? Medicaid? I'm not sure what it's called, but I have that.
Yeah, I feel like it's the same.
One's for old people, or for senior citizens.
Medicaid is for old people.
So it's
Medicare is for.
Yeah, I can never remember.
Please, I hope we're right. I'm gonna look this up afterwards.
I don't even have my phone. I don't even know where that
Joan is. Yeah, health insurance is a bitch because that's my struggles.
Hey, that leads into today's topic. Since it is May, it is Mental Health Awareness Month. We're gonna just talk about mental health. Just have a conversation about mental health and see where it takes us.
On a magic carpet ride.
With a little structure. We're going to try to stay on the structure. But if we go off on a tangent, someone will bring it back
Somebody
in.
did not close the door all the way.
Oh,
that's my bad.
Intruders.
Lucy, get out. I'm sorry, baby. You have to go. You cannot be a part of this conversation.
Her little nubs like,
come on, baby.
Go on, nubby.
Good job, G.
My bad.
Oh, yeah, we should probably do that. We should probably stay safe while we film. Commercial break brought to you by Emily and Diana. So, Coca-Cola. How does it feel to be a Coca-Cola drinker?
It's a bad habit. I'm like, I went to the dentist this week. I'm stressing with that shit. I shouldn't be drinking soda. Don't drink soda at home, kids.
And there you go, kids. Don't drink soda.
Actually, kids, do whatever the fuck you want. The fuck? If it makes you happy, do it. Just as long as it's not hurting anybody else. Do whatever the fuck you want to do.
All right.
So, like I was saying, today's topic is going to be a conversation about mental health. So, we did want to start off just by saying, hello, my name is Emily, and I battle I battle with anxiety, depression. That's pretty much it. And I guess, yeah, that's pretty much it. And I talk very negative to myself a lot of the times. And
So you're self-loathing?
Yes, I used to be very self-loathing, very just talk shit to myself. I mean, I still do sometimes, but I'm in therapy now, working on that. And it's been a very long journey. Very long journey. But I'm very happy. I am in a very content state at today.
That's good.
Even though we all know what has happened to me today, that has just made me be like,
kind of traumatizing.
woo! I hate my life sometimes. Like, I hate that I have a disease that causes shit to happen to me.
Literally.
To where I literally, and it's like, damn.
I wasn't going to even touch that when I was on the phone with her. And I'm like, like, things happen. I normally say shit, and I didn't want to say that.
Yeah.
I mean, earlier when she said something, I was waiting for her to say shit show, and I was like, damn it, she missed it. It's literally a shit show.
Yep.
But
And I was just like, okay, this is my life. This is my life now. Woo! But it's not my life because
it happened.
it happens.
My name is Nashla, and I battle with nothing. Like, literally, I do not.
I like this. And then,
I don't deal with anything. That is my issue. I probably have, like, anxiety. Like, a lot of anxiety. I wouldn't say that I have depression. Sometimes I'd be sad, but, like, not, like, really sad. But sometimes I'd be, like, really sad. But, like, not really sad for real.
yeah. I'm just going to say yes. I want to listen to your truth. That's all I'm going to do.
I don't know. I mean, sometimes I think about going to therapy, but I'm like, someone else needs therapy more than me. So
I think it's
they're
something
just
that we can talk about later on, for sure.
okay. Well, I don't feel like I need therapy
can
that bad.
revisit
There's
this.
always someone who needs therapy more than me, and I'm not about to take their spot. So I'm doing something. I'm doing good. I can't think of the word.
Doing wine. I'm drinking a whole lot. No.
I was gonna say I'm doing the Lord's work, but like that's not what I'm doing. So, yeah, I'm just keeping a spot open for someone who needs it more than me.
Okay. All right. I'm just trying to think which way is the best way for me to face.
That I think that
It
you.
doesn't matter. No matter
I think
what.
that you can face a little more towards the camera, just a little bit.
You can see it?
No, but you look crazy.
Okay, whatever. All right. So I had an accident last week and I've broken my tooth. So I'm it's a little sensitive still.
Yeah. And so
I
you
still think
and
so.
it's
I think you look
one of my
beautiful.
front teeth. It's one of my front teeth.
I still think you look beautiful,
Thank
but
you.
also at least it's not like. Never mind. I'm just not gonna say nothing.
Yeah.
I'm just-
I think I know who you're talking about.
I was thinking about two people, but I'm just gonna not say nothing because I don't want. I'm
I'm here with you though. I think I'm
I
here
don't even
with
know
you.
what your dad is talking about.
But anyway.
All right. So my name is Diana.
Diana, Bobana.
So I would say for the last year, I've struggled with my depression pretty heavy. But I mean, I think a lot of people, like, especially if you already do struggle with mental illness, but even if you don't, like, the pandemic really was triggering and affected them. Because, like, that was the trigger for me, the pandemic. But yeah, so I've been, I guess, diagnosed with chronic depression, PTSD, and borderline personality. And for me, my biggest issue is accepting that because I feel like I'm judging it itself, because personality disorders, everyone's like, oh, they're evil, they're abusers, they're killers or whatever. And I'm like, they're like everyday people.
When I think of personality disorders, I think of people who have like multiple personality disorders.
Well, those are different. So
that's what I think about when people
yeah.
like, I have a personality disorder. I'm like, so you have more than one.
Yeah.
That's what I automatically think about in my mind.
The way my doctor broke it down for me, it's you just think and experience the world differently from other people. And I'm like, he is definitely right, because that's why I struggle the way I do. I do shit. Like, I have a tendency to, you know, catastrophize a situation or something. But
I mean, I think, I have a very mild effect of that. I like,
like you've
chaos.
seen me, like sometimes, like something that should be slight annoyance, I get very angry, and I'm like, I eventually calm down. I'm like, why did you do that?
You do.
And I do have a lot of self-awareness, and that really has helped me with my mental health journey. It's just this more and more becoming self-aware of my behaviors and my actions, so that way I can stop, like, you know, the more toxic shit and bring it back down.
Yes.
But, you know,
I agree. That was my biggest thing with me, because I didn't take my mental health seriously until after my breakup, because I just was looking back at myself like, why did I act like this and everything. I wanted to figure out why I was acting like that. And so, and then starting therapy back then, it really like just opened my eyes to me and how certain situations trigger me to go back into a space that then brings my mental, like it just all comes back together.
that has to do with like your trauma, healing your trauma, because you're going to fall into the same relationship patterns with other people and, you know, repeat it, which I definitely,
that was the hardest thing to recognize, was like, holy fucking shit, like you contribute a lot to this too. Like the self-awareness is very, I think, hard to realize with mental health, because a lot of times you push it away. You're just like, oh, this is nothing, oh, this is nothing, oh, this is nothing. But then it's like, no,
eventually you're carrying like something really fucking heavy, and it's like, oh my God.
And I just like, boom, like, and then I'm semi healing still from all my shit, but I think I'm like 80% there, maybe 70.
I honestly,
Like,
at this point, like from what you said, Danielle said, like, everyone's been like saying you can't put like a timeline or, you know, a completion on your healing. It's always ongoing, and then there's always different levels that you grow from and shit like that. And yeah, that's what I try to remind myself. But then I get so hard on myself because I get so depressed as often as I do. I'm like, I don't treat it as like someone who maybe has like an autoimmune disorder or something. Like, you know, they get sick a little more often than other people. I don't treat it like that. I'm just like, oh my gosh, you're always getting depressed. You act like this, blah, blah, blah. Like it's a bad thing. I don't treat it with compassion the same way if it were like, you know, a physical illness, you know what I mean? But it is an illness. And then I that's my problem. That's self-compassion. Like, but that's the BPD also, BPD and the trauma, because all that shit's just all tied in together.
That's the what?
The borderline personality, BPD.
Oh, okay.
And then the trauma tied in together with this, with the chronic depression coming in as a vine, being like, let me get in that bitch too. And it's just like a throuple of chaos.
Inside the brain.
Inside my brain.
No, because that is literally what depression and just what mental illness is. It's just your brain is wired. They're like wrong, and you gotta, like, this one podcast I listened to. This one girl, this one woman was saying about her therapy, and it's her and her therapist go through different moments in her life to help rewire her brain to put a happy connotation onto that, so that the trauma won't, so when it triggers you, you go to a happy place instead of the bad place. And I was like, oh, that's actually really smart, but I don't think I'd be able to do that.
But that's also the other thing, because like I saw this, I think I saw it on Instagram. It was like, therapy doesn't work the same for everyone.
Yes.
Medication doesn't work the same for everyone. Everyone's journey is different.
And I was like, but I don't think that would work for me, like, at all. Because the way that I'm going through my therapy right now, I'm just able to talk things out with my therapist. Like, we relate back, like, situations that I do in this real time, and she's like, so tell me about another time you felt like this. And it always relates back to my dad all the fucking time. And it's like, damn. And it's like, that's like your like main thing you gotta heal from. And I'm just like, holy shit. Like, it's crazy how everything goes back to like that one moment. And I'm like,
that's why sometimes I just sit there in my living room at home and just think, and like an onion, just keep peeling shit back, trying to figure out the source, like the reason why I do something, or reason why something triggers me, or the, just different things, the reason why I do what I do. And then I'm like, oh, holy shit. Because I had that realize, that's why I realized the other day, I was like, my psychiatrist was like, the BBD and the trauma's tied in together. And I was like, oh, okay, I can kind of see that. But then like it like clicked. It was like an aha moment. I was like, holy shit, he's fucking right. Because it was just like something I was just experiencing. And then I was like, why am I acting like this right now? Like, why am I acting so crazy?
What's the thing? I didn't think you were acting crazy.
I just felt like I was just losing it, and I was like crying, and I was like, oh my God, what is happening? Maybe I need to go to the hospital again. I was like, yeah, it was a lot. It's like, for me personally, what I was feeling was super fucking intense. Like, and I was like, I didn't understand. All it came from was frustration with trying to find a therapist and get into different because I need to go to a few different types of therapy, and I've been struggling with that. And because of that frustration, feeling like I was misunderstood, feeling this, it just, from frustration, I got angry, and that's what always fucking happens. It always blows up, and I'm like, bitch, you were frustrated. That's the original thing. Because I did the same thing when I was in the hospital. I got really frustrated, then I got really angry, and then I'm like, no. Because I was be like, I'm not reading any of the papers they give me. I was like, they didn't discuss this with me, because I thought they were trying to say that I was bipolar. And I was like, why are they suddenly giving me this paper? Because I had mania symptoms on it. But they gave me all the other papers had to do with depression, and that one also had depression on it. The mania was just a small part, but I focused on that small part and was like, fuck you all. I won't even take the medicine probably. I started like going through all of that in my head. I'm like, you came here because you wanted help. Read the fucking papers. You're confused, so go ask someone what it means. The whole reason I didn't know what it meant was because I was on the phone with someone, and I was only half listening to the doctor when she handed them to me. So the nurse asked him, and then he was like, I don't think you're supposed to pay attention to this. Just read everything else. I was like, oh, okay. But I was ready to like fight someone, and I was like, fuck, I did it again.
Oops, I did it again.
Oh, God. Yo, that would be interesting. I just had like a movie idea for a cutscene with like Britney Spears songs.
Well, oh man, I want you to remember that.
I will remember. We'll discuss this.
Okay.
Well,
my short-term memory's been getting better, actually.
Mm-hmm,
It has been getting better. Because, what about like medication for mental illness? Because that's always like a touchy thing for people.
I think it depends on the type of mental illness, 100%, and how strong it is. I mean, some people really can't get out of it without help from medication, which is understandable, to where you really don't have the energy, or your brain really can't fucking focus and like figure this out. Like, I mean, if someone's really hearing voices in their head, they need to be on medication. Like, that is something that's very serious. I mean, if someone can come out here and tell me a natural way to help with schizophrenia, please help me. Please tell me.
Yeah. I mean, psychosis, like, that's in a lot of different, mental illnesses. That appears like in a lot of shit.
So I'm just like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Even for depression, if you need to be on antidepressants, that's perfectly fine. Like, sometimes you really can't find the energy just to get out of bed. That happens to a lot of people. Life is fucking hard. We all know that. All of us have been through hard shit. So it's like, I can understand that. But me personally, I don't think I would need medication for my mental illness. Therapy is the perfect
in a little bit.
medication for me.
You might as well just be sitting outside.
Sorry. Yeah. I don't know. Like, before, for me, I was on Prozac for like 7-8 years, and I never really experience any benefits on it. Like, I would be I have like severe reoccurring depression. So for like throughout my 20s, repetitively I would get depressed, but because I have chronic depression, like, my normal is still considered, a mild form of depression. So I would start to feel better. I'm like, I think the medicine's working. Doctor's like, just keep taking it. I just kept taking it. And finally, I'm like, I don't know. I really don't think that it's working because I'm still having these like thoughts. I'm still tearing myself down. It doesn't make sense. At that point, I hadn't been diagnosed with BPD yet, but I did bring it up to my psychiatrist, who like laughed it off, and I got really upset with him. So I only went like once or twice after that, and then I stopped going. Which I shouldn't be even laughing about that, because that's not like it's like a symptom of the BPD, like that frustration or whatever. But you know, yeah. I've been on medicine now for like a month, and I've definitely seen a change in like my energy. Yes, for the most part, yes. I'm still a little bit tired some days, but for the most part, I'm not waking up like or sleeping 14 hours a day. Like when I first got out of hospital, I was just like dead to the world for like a week. But yeah, I definitely feel it helping. And this is also a different class though, because like Prozac is a SSRI, which is just serotonin. It targets serotonin, you know, increases it in your body. And the one that I'm taking, it's SNRI, so it's norepinephrine and serotonin, and that's really helped with my anxiety, like my overeating, because I had a really hard time with binge eating. Stopped. If I eat too much now, I'm just like very early on, I'm like, ooh, I just ate too much, and now I don't feel good. Like I've overeaten a couple times, but nowhere near like I was literally every single day like because yeah,
we remember.
Yeah,
you were always eating.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's a journey.
It is a journey. The main thing about mental health, that you have to understand that there's, like you said, there's no insight. You're always going to be working on yourself no matter what.
It's also having the right doctors too, feeling comfortable with your doctors. Because like I said, I had a psychiatrist before who just dismissed it. And then other ones, when I told them, I was like, listen, I talked to my doctor about this before. And no, you're not supposed to self-diagnose. But this is, I really struggle with, you know, certain things. And I think this is why. And they listened to me and, you know, just asked me questions, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, yeah, you know, we agree. So this is what we think, you know, you should do.
I mean, that's what happened with my neurologist. I was like, listen, I don't know what's going on, but like we need to get another MRI and because my body's in too much pain for the medicine to not be working. And then he was like, okay, let's do it. I'll schedule it. I was like, thank you. We did it. Then on our next call, he was like, you were right. You know your body. And I was like, yes, because there was so many lesions. And he was like, holy fucking shit. I was like, yeah. So what's the next course of treatment? Like, you know. So
that's like a thing like a lot of people don't really realize. So, you know, it's the doctor. It's kind of like an authority figure. You just do what they say. And it's like, no, you have that confidence. Know yourself. Yes. You know yourself. So you know what's wrong, blah, blah, blah. Like, find another doctor if they're not listening to you. Like.
I was getting really frustrated, and I was like, I'm about to switch neurologists because I can't do this.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I was just like, that fucking video chat, I was just like, listen, I just laid everything out. Like, you know me, I'm a crier, so I'm crying. Like, you don't know how much pain I am.
Wait, was this when the hospital kept calling you?
No, that was a different time.
This number keeps calling me. I don't know why they're calling me. She says on acid.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. But yes, you gotta, and that brings into the one thing we want to touch on, like your relationship with your therapist. Like, because therapy is a very key thing to your mental health. Like helping, I guess, understand it mainly, because that's what therapy has done for me. Like, it's, to me, normalized what I go through. And I think that's the hardest part, is accepting that you do have a mental illness and that you do struggle with things that a lot of people might not struggle with, but it's harder for you to deal with this type of thought that's in your head over and over. So you need to actually be able to talk this through and figure out ways to not do this. And that's what therapy has done for me. But your relationship with your therapist, like I ended up getting on my second one a great therapist, and I've been with her since 2018. Like, she is my home girl. Like, we have great conversations. Great, she helps me so much, so much.
Yeah. See, I've never really connected with any of my therapists at all. I did have a therapist through like GW, their community mental health program, and like she was cool. She really did try to like relate, and like saw I was reading a book on mindfulness, so like that was the direction our therapy went. And I just never did any of the homework. I wasn't committed to that relationship. And the problem was I didn't see it as a relationship, like a therapist-patient relationship. I saw it as like a transactional relationship. Like, you know, I'm just there to talk about whatever shit, and then she's gonna tell me what to do or some shit like that. I don't really see it as like a give and take. Like, she's learning from me, I'm learning from her type of thing. Like, when I was in the hospital though, like the therapist that I was talking to in there, like that was also the first time, like with her, like saying some stuff, like she would like relate and be like, I feel you, like I can see why you're saying that, like I agree with you, blah blah blah. Like I've never had a therapist do that before, and I was like, I really appreciated that. And like even having my doctors, when I talked about shit, just be like, you know, I'm so sorry that happened to you, like that you never should have experienced that. I'm like, holy shit. But the reason for this, I think, is because they were all women. Like I had a team of just like women doctors and a woman therapist. Even the med students that I worked with, like they were all women, so they were, I feel like, more empathetic, because my psychiatrist right now, since I've been out of the hospital, he's a man, and you know, he did help me like understand some shit, like because I told him I was struggling with, you know, I always had the suspicion, but I'm struggling now that is like actual diagnosis. But like he's very clinical, and I was like, And I've been talking to you. I'm like, I think I want to switch, but I'm not sure. I don't know what to do.
Thank you.
But like,
go off your gut.
Yeah, because I really do. Is. I know.
Because I'm like, you have a good
even though it's your doctor, like you gotta feel comfortable.
It's like there's another human out there that's perfect for him. You know what I mean? It's just he's not good for you. Just like my first therapist, she was not good for me. I did not like her. I did not. The very first session, I was like, no, I don't like this. Switch immediately, made my next appointment with a different one, read about her, I was like, okay, let me go with her. And it was perfect. First session was amazing. And then every session after that was amazing. It's always been amazing.
Yeah.
We've never had a bad session.
I wish I could have my therapist. I gotta actually call her when I actually work on the script more, because she's like, she gave me her number and was like, you know, just call me anytime, because I talked about like, I entered like a journal thing, because she's like, just write about whatever. And I was like, I think I might write about like a movie idea I've had. So like one of the sessions with her, we just talked about the movie idea, and she threw in some ideas. I'm like, yo, that's actually really fucking good. Like, wrote that shit down. And she's like, gave me her number, was like, give me updates, you know, I want to know. But I'm like, man, why can't you be my therapist? Because she was cool. I really fucked with her. And that was like the first time with like an in-person therapist that I'm like, I really like, I fuck with you. I like you. Like,
I mean, it's hard. It's very hard.
Especially because I have BPD, and I always think that my therapist hates me, or I'm bothering them.
We hate you at times, God. So I'm just like,
I know, it's just so hard. It's like my brain.
And that's why every time I just tell you, shut the fuck up, I love you. That's all I tell you.
Oh God.
No.
I don't know why y'all looking at me. I ain't got nothing to say. I'm just here to support.
You're very right. You're very supportive. You're so supportive of our
I'm here to
mental health
support.
journeys.
I'm here to support. I'm
You're
here to help.
always here to support and help.
I have nothing to add other than I love you guys so much, and I'm so glad that you guys are doing so good on your mental health journey. Makes me happy.
Okay. So why do you think you don't?
I already said that.
No, well, I forgot. So can you let me again? Because you know I smoked before this. I'm behind. Why do I
what?
Like,
why don't I think that I need to go to therapy?
No. I think what you said at the beginning was there's nothing. You don't think there's anything wrong with you, like.
No, that's not
okay.
that's not what I meant to say.
Okay.
What it was is I don't deal with anything. I let it lie where it lies, and then that's it. I don't deal with things.
So Okay.
Why? Because I'm lazy and I don't feel like it.
Oh, so you just don't like to feel your emotions then?
No, I don't like that.
Okay.
No,
But
they do too much.
I understand that.
Emotions be doing too much.
I can get that. I get that feeling. Sometimes I used to hate that I cry very easily about anything I talk about. I just fucking cry. I'm just like, I'm gonna start crying. But it's like, it's okay. I don't give a fuck.
No, I don't like to cry.
Nah,
Just the whole process of crying, like my throat hurts, my face be red, like it's too much.
Bruh,
But
I hate when I'm
sometimes
crying.
my nose be runny, like it just be too much. I don't like that. It's really like the throat hurting that really bothers me. Like I feel like I'm swallowing a porcupine. I don't like that shit.
Well, I just always have cotton mouth because I'm always fucking high. I don't know. I like our conversations like that we've had like amongst all three of us as well. Like, you know, everyone battles with like negative thoughts. Like, you know, everyone deals with that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind.
I battle with, you know, negative thoughts about myself, but I don't ever think that they're that negative where I need to go seek help.
And that's what I was about to say. I was like, you just...
Because I can sit there and talk. I can talk wild shit and be negative to myself, but I was like, bitch, what is wrong with you?
But I feel like you talk to... Do you talk to Jess or Diana or, you know, other friends, like, about... Like, you, like, get your thoughts out with anyone? Or you just keep all your thoughts internally?
I'm 9 times out of 10, I keep them to myself.
You should write it down in a journal.
I mean, I did. I wrote it down in a journal, and then Dakota's stupid ass decided that she wanted to rip up my fucking journal.
Well, we need to get you another
Fucking
journal,
bitch.
then. We need to get you another
and
journal.
keep it, like, in a locked space.
It was in my backpack. That's the thing.
I know.
Like, I don't understand. The bitch hates me, and I'm about to wreck her ass.
Because I definitely hear where you're coming from, to where you say you're like, I'm not at the point to where my negative thoughts affect me.
I don't think that I will ever be at that point. I think that I'm very self-aware of like the things that I am going through, that I can, some days are a lot harder than others, I'm not gonna lie, but like I don't feel like I need professional help.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that it's that bad. There's definitely somebody who deserves a potential spot that I may be taking, who will actually benefit from the therapy.
You know, I agree. I think if you're gonna be in therapy, you have to be able to give it your all.
Yeah, and I don't think that I'll do that. Like with Diana, with her first one, with her first therapist at GW or GD.
Oh no, that was my like second or third one.
That's
my first one was awful. That motherfucker. I would be crying, say some shit to him, and you'd be like,
nah,
for like a minute or two. And then he would say something, but I would be so frustrated. I want to scream at him sometimes. I'm like, you motherfucker. Like, he would just like, he was a terrible therapist.
It's also like a stranger thing for me too. Mm-hmm. Like I'm over here telling you my business and I don't know you. Like,
that's again like the therapist patient, you know, it's like a relationship.
And like you have to just think to yourself,
stranger danger.
You think to yourself, this is someone who obviously had to get licensed, had to be approved, like had to go to the step, like it's those sessions, no matter what, like, yes, you're sending it through through your insurance, but your insurance has copies of that.
I mean, all of that means nothing to me.
But I'm just saying, like, they're not technically, I mean, yes, they're a stranger in all reality, but you're building a relationship with them. It's just like, it's honestly like you're meeting someone on the street and you're like, are we going to be friends or not? Oh my God, you're cool. I ran into you at the bar. Let's get to know each other and see if we really do vibe. And boom, now we can hang out. Like, you know, I mean, I met y'all. We had to feel each other out before we just start hanging out. Like,
but for how many months?
Well, listen, I'm gonna tell you, in the hospital, that
was a lot more natural than I'm going to come see you, hoping to build a relationship.
But you have to.
It's too much. No, we built this bond naturally. Like nothing was forced.
In all reality, your bond with your therapist should become. I'm not gonna force it either.
No, I'm forcing it if I have to see you every week. Like,
well, I mean, you're telling yourself that you want to go out and do this. That's the thing.
You're looking
at it from the mindset of
the transactional. You're there for this.
Yeah.
And that's what you expect. But no, it's like what she said is, you gotta feel out the vibe. Like that, like she said, that's her
I'm
homegirl.
sure, but like I don't feel like doing that. Like I just feel like it's too much work.
I mean, a relationship is work. But it is very, very laid back, simple, like slow. It's a slow pace. It's not like, I don't think it's something that's forced.
I understand everything that y'all are saying, but it's just, I'm probably never going to do it. Unless like I hit the floor and
well, I pray that will never happen to you.
That will probably be the only way that I will go to therapy. Like I am on the brink of destruction and I am forced into therapy. That will probably be the only way that I go.
Yeah, but I don't think that would ever happen to you ever.
Probably not.
Yeah. So I mean, listen, no one should strive to go to therapy. No one should be like, I have a mental, like, no, but I'm saying like this is a very good perspective to have, that's why look at all of our water signs. And Cancer and Pisces are the most emotional, and the Scorpios, like everyone says Scorpio shouldn't be a water sign.
I don't feel like we low-key are very emotional, but that's only if you hurt our feelings. Like sting your ass. But other than that, like I don't have a lot of emotion.
Yeah, you actually, I mean, the thing is that's what you want in life. That's what everyone I think strives to be, to where you can have a negative thought in your head, but you don't take it to the extreme. Mm-hmm. And that's the part that I struggle. I take it to the extreme. Like you take it to the extreme, but you know how to deal with it, which is healthy. Deal with it, work through it on your own internally, which is how you're supposed to handle things. That is how you are supposed to handle it. And that's what I'm learning. And DBT, the group therapy I am, that's
DBT should be taught in kindergarten.
I deal with
DBT should be taught to every human being.
They're literally life skills. Dialectical behavioral therapy.
I can never say it, so I'm just like,
it teaches you.
I can never remember what the
distress tolerance. Tolerating bad feelings, emotional regulation. Letting the bad feelings come and go. Mindfulness, which makes you aware of the changes in your body before you react to the emotion.
Mm-hmm. The last one, my phone's, I don't remember.
Let me think. Mindfulness, emotional regulation. Oh, interpersonal relationships. Yeah. Yep. Like setting boundaries or expressing something that you don't like or something that you wish to happen, something you need.
I do those things all the time.
Yeah, my emotional regulation is horrible. My interpersonal relationships is very bad, which is what I'm working on. My mindfulness is very bad as well. Like I'm working on it all. But
I think the best thing that I'm at is the mindfulness, but that's just because other people had pointed shit out to me, so I became self-aware of my behaviors or my tendency to like do certain things, so like I can catch myself. And then like when I went through DBT and actually practiced it, I started like paying attention more so to like my body and shit, because I'm like really sensitive. I can feel shit. I can feel shit. Like I get really stressed out, I start to get itchy, like I know the cortisol's high, or I can feel my blood pressure when it rises, like. Yeah, and I know that I need to calm down, or I'm either gonna blow up and or get a bloody nose. Like, but the mind, all of that shit like really does help. It just helps you interact with people.
Yeah,
it really does.
I mean, I have a horrible problem with overthinking. I overthink.
Oh, same.
But it only comes to terms with like.
I think we all overthink things for different things.
Yeah.
I don't overthink relationships. I overthink like
I struggle with connections. Yeah. Connections are so hard.
Mine is like I will overthink and then talk myself out of doing things.
So that's like more like a self-loathing thing. Yeah, mostly yours is on yourself.
Well, no, but I also do that because like money, like I don't want to be broke.
Yeah, but what Diana always tells me is that there are certain things that you have to spend money on because it's going to make you money back.
I understand all of that, but it's the initial of me having to pay for it. Like I don't want to do that. I want someone else to pay for it. I don't want to spend my own money. But that has nothing to do with anything.
That's just adulthood shit.
Yeah.
It's just me not wanting to spend my own money.
Where are my
Sugar daddy
glasses?
or sugar mama. Like, what's good?
Just start selling your feet pics on the side.
Bitch, I am.
Go ahead.
And I just got my feet done too. And they're looking real cute. You can only look at one of them because I broke my toenail broke on the other one.
What?
Upset.
That's the worst.
No,
I was like so
can't
happy.
read
I walked up
this.
the nail salon last week and I was like, don't mess up my toes. Don't mess up my toes. Because I always mess them up. Because I wait, but then I just leave.
Well, the last time I got my feet done were like 2 days before I actually got married.
That's crazy. I've been
So it's been
4
almost 2
times.
years.
I've
4
never
times
gone.
since the pandemic.
Huh?
I've never gone.
You've never gone to get your feet done?
I've never been. Yeah, I've been
Do you
to a
wanna
nail
go?
salon like once.
It's very nice.
It is nice. I love getting a fucking pedicure. Like getting a pedicure is the most amazing thing in the
Yeah,
world.
I would prefer a pedicure over a manicure.
Yeah, I
any
don't
day.
really care about a manicure. Like
Although I did want to get my nails done, but I was like, I don't know, because I want to get nails. Like, I want to get like my claws
tips.
back.
I know. I was like,
I want to get my
tips, but I
claws back, but I was
don't
like,
know.
I don't really want to because I've gotten so used to not having them. I was like, but maybe I should do them short. And I'm like, no, who the fuck? Like,
I like
that's
my
that's
short
like
sometimes.
kitten heels for nails. So I just decided that I just wasn't gonna.
Yeah,
do
in my
it.
head, I was like, no, I'm just gonna leave my hands. I'm just keep getting my toes done.
I think
like
I'm just
it.
gonna go get them painted, just like a gel manicure situation. Like,
That's what I did last time before I went to Florida. Back in October, I was like, let me just get a regular manicure.
We finish. I can't see.
No, it's
no,
still
we're
going.
not. Yeah, it's still going.
No,
We just got off topic.
How many top? Where?
I mean-
Oh, that's topic from last week.
Oh, okay.
Where are your glasses?
I think I left them in the car.
Oh,
I mean, the last thing we talked about was like the relationship. Well, we were talking about
Yeah.
nasty, like
yeah.
And then we
Me
went-
and my anti-relationship. What's not really an anti-relationship, but
which is an okay thing because, like I said, that is the ultimate goal for a lot. Like it should happen. You should be able to regulate your emotions, understand them, process them, and move on. That's how it should be. That's how you should be able to do it. Which is something that's what I'm working on. A lot of it.
yeah. I think the only way,
mean,
the
there's
only
a whole bunch
I
of different
would,
therapy as
I
well.
will actually
Yeah.
consider going to therapy for my anxiety, like,
Your anxiety when it comes to what?
driving.
Mm-hmm.
And my social anxiety, because for as long as I can remember, like I would always feel like nauseous and like sweaty and clammy whenever I would go places where I knew that like there were going to be like large crowds. I was telling Diane about this last summer when we went to the skating rink, and like I feel like this all the time whenever I go to like new places or like things like that. Like I don't want to go, and like I feel like my heart is going to explode. Which is something that I should probably go to therapy for, because I also, when I went to go get vaccinated, I had an anxiety attack because I had to go by myself. It was a new place. I didn't know what to do. And I'm crying on the phone with Jessica, and she's like, "Are you crying?" "Yes, bitch, you were supposed to take me. You were supposed to be there. You're my security blanket." But that's probably the only thing I would probably go to therapy for, because it's gotten very bad during the pandemic.
I mean, it makes sense too. The not really being around people.
Well, I would always prefer not to be around people to begin with, but
I know, but it's like I feel like it's a subconscious thing.
But now, like, I don't want to leave the house.
Same.
Like, for
I'm
what?
the same way.
Like, I really have to go to work. Like, I can't work from home.
I cry sometimes when it comes to leaving the house.
I feel that way. I feel like I want to cry.
See, I feel like that would be me if I had my own place. But I'm leaving my house immediately. First thing in the morning, I'm taking a shower and getting the fuck out.
Yeah, no.
Well-
Some days it's massively hard for me to leave the
Yeah.
house. That's why sometimes, like, for a while, I was coming to work pretty early, like late. The last few weeks, I've just been coming like right on time or a couple minutes late because, like, I'm just like, I don't want to leave the house. Like, I just don't feel comfortable. It's just my anxiety is really bad, but it has gotten better.
I just don't want to be at work.
And you hate it there.
I hate that place. It's my bad place.
That's a.
You should quit.
I
Because that's not
I
healthy.
100% agree with
That's
you.
not healthy
It's
for your
not.
mental health.
But
Yeah.
then I have no income coming in if I quit.
Find a job somewhere
you
else.
can start focusing on pushing out your shit, getting better, selling your shit.
Listen,
After this, I'm gonna talk to you about something. I want to talk to you about something.
I feel like I'm gonna me va a regañar, and like I don't like that. I feel like I don't know how to say it in English, but like I don't know. Parents do it to kids. I don't know.
I have a stern talking to.
I guess.
No. This is a business idea I have for you. I'm like,
I know
have a business
that's not what it felt like.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's this business thing I've been wanting to say to you,
That's
but
not
I've
what
been
it-
having.
that's not what it
I
felt
keep
like. It'd be
forgetting
like,
to talk to you about it.
Scold. That's what it is. I
Oh,
feel like I was gonna
scold.
be scolded.
Oh my gosh, no! I would. First off, I would never fucking scold you. You are not my child, nor are you my sister, nor sibling.
But that's
You're
what-
my friend.
But that's what it felt like the tone of voice, and I'm like, "Ooh, am I in trouble? What I
Sorry,
do
I meant
now?"
to be like, ooh, I gotta talk to you.
"Ooh, okay."
Like that's what I'm not like. Yo, I gotta talk to you. Not like that. It was like, oh yo, bitch. Like, I got
Okay.
something.
Yes, I do need to quit. I know that, but I mean, I don't really hate the job. I just don't really want to do it anymore. That's
I
that's
understand.
really it. Like, I don't really hate it. But
Like I think you especially you could live off being an artist, like creating things. You honestly could. You have a great social media presence. You know how to use social media very well. Like you could easily like really pop off and start doing it. Like you really fucking could.
Thank you. But I don't really feel that way.
Why don't you?
I don't really feel like
Your sticker ideas are amazing. They're beautiful.
I haven't shown them. I haven't shown you my stickers.
You showed me all the prototypes.
I printed them out.
I know, but I'm saying those are all dope. So I'm like,
I know, but I finally printed them out.
So it's like, I'm just saying, you're full of amazing talent. I'm gonna pull it out of you. I don't care. With this, what I'm gonna talk to you about after, I'm getting it out of you.
Okay.
I'm getting it out of you.
Yes, ma'am.
But
I mean, y'all got some good shit going on too. Like, y'all need to pull it out yourself.
yeah, I mean, we're working on our script right now, but I'm trying to get in multiple. We got to have money to fund this, so I got to get on my artistic shit too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we can work hand in hand for this. I know exactly what to do.
I just really need motivation.
Exactly.
Are we finished?
I was about to say we should probably wrap it up.
Yeah.
Because
I guess so. This is the second time she asked.
yeah.
Well, because I
mean,
don't want
we're
to
not-
keep getting off
Yeah,
topic.
we're not on topic at all.
We're never on topic.
I mean, we have been a couple. of
Okay,
episodes.
friends and family and acquaintances and haters.
You viewers and listeners, thank you so much for tuning in for another episode of our crazy conversations that we have with Open Water, the Scorpio, the Pisces, and the Cancer. Next
All
one
right,
up
we're
is
out.
Cancer season, so what's the next one?
Are you excited?
What, to turn 32?
Okay, bye.
Possibly